What about natto versus wild plant as a natto starter? That's something I'm going to talk about today, so stick around. Hi, my name is Sachiaki Takamiya, the Natto King. I am the author of Natto Unleashed and the Ikigai Diet. Okay, so some of you are interested in homemaking natto, right? And then to make natto at home, you can use store-bought natto beans as a starter, or you can use manufactured natto starter spores, or you can use wild plants such as rice toro or mint and so on. Yeah. So today I'd like to share with you differences among different methods, the pros and cons of each starter. Yeah. So please watch the video until the end. How many of you have made natto at home? And how have you made natto? Yeah. Did you use one of those store-bought natto beans, or did you use wild plants such as rice story? Yeah, right. So, um, there are three ways to inoculate nattokin to the soybeans. Nattokin is a natto bacteria. The official name is Bacillus subtilis. Yeah, so you need this bacteria to ferment soybeans, and there are different starters, different ways to find Bacillus subtilis. So one is using store-bought natto beans, and two, using manufactured natto starter spores, and three, using a wild plant. Right. Now, so often we use rice toro sticks as a wild plant. This is because natto has been made using rice toro for many years in Japan. So in the past, this was a typical way of making natto. You actually wrap steamed soybeans in rice toro sack like this. Yeah. And then, so, but today, like for example, my way of making natto is I use a yogurt maker. So I just, we put some rice toro sticks into the container full of steamed soybeans. Yeah. But in Nepal, there is a fermented soybean product called kinema, and they use banana leaves to ferment soybeans. Yeah. Therefore, Bacillus subtilis is not unique to rice toro. Yeah. In fact, most wild plants contain Bacillus subtilis. Therefore, you can use a variety of wild plants. Yeah. And that is why I have used mint to make natto before. Yeah. However, usually dry plants, yeah, are considered to be a better source for Bacillus subtilis. Yeah, Bacillus subtilis exists a lot more in dry plants, such as rice toro, wheat toro, and corn toro. Yeah, only when you cannot get hold of them, you can try using mint and other sort of herbs and stuff like that. Yeah. Okay, so the pros and cons of each method. Yeah, store-bought natto beans. Advantages. It is easy and simple. Yeah, you just if you eat natto, you have store-bought natto beans, right? So and then you just use a few beans, yeah, from the package, and it's very simple and easy. Yeah. And then Bacillus subtilis is optimized, right? So store-bought natto, the packaged natto is usually manufactured by natto companies, right? And then they have their own laboratory to develop their own natto bacteria, which is kind of optimized. So initially, they maybe extract Bacillus subtilis from wild plant, but then they kind of alter the bacteria a little to maybe kind of select the best kind of Bacillus subtilis because there are different kind of Bacillus subtilis. Yeah. And then to kind of so in the process, the bacteria is optimized. Yeah. Disadvantages are Bacillus subtilis is unified and not local. Yeah. So because they use this optimized bacteria, they use the same bacteria for all their products. Yeah. And that means the bacteria is not local. Yeah. It is one bacteria used for all packages, right? And you don't know much about the bacteria used. What kind of bacteria is it used? So when they say optimize, how do they optimize it? What is the process involved in manufacturing the bacteria? Yeah, we don't know. So using manufactured natto starter spores, advantages. Bacillus subtilis is optimized in the same way as store-bought natto, yeah. And you know about the bacteria used more than store-bought natto because the packaged natto doesn't say anything about the bacteria, even though it probably gives you the information about the ingredients of the natto. While the manufactured natto spores, it's probably say it gives you more information about the bacteria itself. Disadvantages, Bacillus subtilis is unified and not local. Wild plant, advantages, Bacillus subtilis is natural and local, right? So it may not be optimal, but it is the natural. Yeah, you don't really change anything. It exists in the natural kingdom, right? And then it is local because if you use rice straw or stick from your region, then you are using the local bacteria, the local Bacillus subtilis. Yeah. And if you choose mint as well from your garden, then you are using a local Bacillus subtilis. And Bacillus subtilis is different in every plant and every region. So therefore, it's not unified and maybe it's not consistent, but you have the unique characteristic of your region. Yeah. And then disadvantages, Bacillus subtilis is not optimized and may not be sanitarily safe. Right. So why does it matter to be local? I talk about, bacteria being local or not. Yeah. Why does it matter? Um, this is because of Shindo Fuji. Yeah. It means body and soil are as one. Yeah. Now, so we have gut microbiome and soil microbiome, and they are considered to be related. Yeah. So it is better or it is more suitable for our body to consume like a local soil microbiome. Yeah. That is why it is better to eat local food, locally grown food, because they are grown with the help of local soil microbiome. Yeah. In the same way, it's true about natto. If you use local Bacillus subtilis to make natto, then that may be suitable to your gut microbiome. And optimization versus natural. Now, so what it boils down to is basically optimization versus natural. Yeah, whether you want optimization or whether you want natural aspect. Yeah. Now, many people in biohacking movement are kind of fixated upon this optimization, and then they think it is always better to optimize. But what does it mean to optimize? Is it always better for us? I mean, I don't know who decide it is better or the best. Yeah. So let's say if there is optimized, version of something as opposed to natural, is it better to be optimized? So does it mean natural is not perfect? Natural is not optimized? And it is kind of uh, when you look at our body, yeah, of course it's not perfect. Our body is not perfect, probably. It's not optimized, but it is natural. And then for some reason, it is very complicated, or how the organs are, functioning and all the, blood flows and cells, and even look at the function of the cells is incredibly, meticulous. Yeah. I mean, it's, I don't know how, who made this, who made this human body and so on. Yeah. We humans cannot create a human body. Yeah. So I think being natural itself is already incredible thing. I don't know if it is perfect, but it is incredible thing. So do we need to even upgrade this incredibly special, natural kingdom? Is a question to ask. And when you think about other things like seed, we have F1 seeds and we have heirloom seeds. Yeah. Um, so if you prefer heirloom seeds to F1 seeds, yeah, maybe you prefer natural natto bacteria to optimized one, the one that is kind of altered in the lab. Yeah. Okay. So it's basically, finally, it comes down to your preferences, your choices. Which style do you want to choose? Now, is it safe to use wild plants to, ferment soybeans? Yeah. Um, okay. So people have made miso, soy sauce, and natto at home for a long time using rice store. I mean, for natto, using rice store, right? But the wild plant. So this practice has been done for many, many years, right? So when people say, because you're not familiar with natto making, it's something a foreign food for you. So you think, oh, how can you make one at home? Isn't that dangerous? I understand the concern, but this has been done for so many, centuries and so on. And in fact, some people still make miso and soy sauce at home too. Natto, not so much. This is because our agriculture has changed. We started using agricultural chemicals, so we cannot obtain organic rice store so easily these days. That is why they stopped making natto at home. But in the past, we could get hold of organic rice store everywhere. Therefore, it was common to make natto at home, right? So imagine making bread at home or making wine at home, because in the West, a lot of people do make bread and wine at home, right? So is it dangerous? Is it not safe to do that? So this is more like a question of homemaking natto. Yeah. So in that sense, it's the same thing whether you use store-bought natto beans or manufactured natto, starter spores. There is the same risk as far as sanitation is concerned, right? Um, Therefore, of course, you need to be careful. Yeah. And then one thing you can do is choose edible plants from your garden free from agricultural chemicals. Because when you go to, like, some like field around your house and then just pick any plant, you don't know. It could be contaminated by agricultural chemicals or other chemicals, right? So you want to choose one that is chemical free. So pick one from your garden or your friend's garden or somewhere that you can trust, right? And then, of course, you need to do the disinfecting in boiling water process during the making of natto. Yeah. So first wash the wild plants. yeah, well to take that off, and then put them in boiling water for 1 minute with 100 degrees centigrade, 212 degrees Fahrenheit. And this brief exposure to high temperatures kills most germs that may be present on the straw while triggering the heat-resistant Bacillus subtilis to form protective spores. And you do the same thing with anything that you use during the fermentation process, such as cotton cloth or the container to put soybeans in, and then the ladle that you use to move the steamed soybeans into the container. Yeah. So for more details about how to make natto at home, please watch my other video. The actual title is How to Make Natto at Home, the Complete Guide. Right. So anyway, using store-bought natto beans, using manufactured natto starter spores, or using a wild plant, yeah, there are you have three choices basically. So finally, it's up to you. Think of all the advantages and disadvantages that I shared with you today, and finally decide a method that is, more suitable to you, right? Yeah. And then for detail of how to make natto plus the differences, among those three methods, I also wrote about them in my book, Natto Unleashed. Plus, the book contains information about the health benefits of natto. Why do you want to eat natto in the first place? Yeah. And then recipes, after making natto, how can you prepare natto dishes? I've got tons of recipes in the book. And then navigating natto's taste. Some people find natto to be a little difficult. Then there are ways to navigate the taste. And natto hacking, how to optimize your natto eating for biohacking. Okay, that's it for today. Thank you for watching. Again, my name is Sachiaki Takamiya, the author of Natto Unleashed and the Ikigai Diet. If you like this video, please give me your thumb up and subscribe to my channel, and please leave your comment. Yeah, how do you make your natto? Do you use store-bought natto beans or manufactured natto starter spores or wild plants? If you do use wild plant, which plant do you use? Thank you. Well, I'll see you in the next video. Live with your Ikigai!